Hey guys, I am over here in South Sofia, Bulgaria, and I'm near one of the major parks here. And tomorrow I will be planning to take a bus to Romania. And I was looking past couple days, a week or so, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, next segment of my trip here. So I'm going to kind of give you both an overview of that and my opinion of Bulgaria as a country. So yeah, I really like Sofia, like it a lot. It, as compared to Albania is just a little bit too small for me. So I was there, and the odd thing about Albania, Tirana, is that the rents there are a little bit higher than you would think they would be, being that it's a smaller country. Now, Sofia is bigger. It just seems bigger in every way. It's like somebody told me online that it's more developed over here, which is totally true. So there's a lot of shopping malls that you can go to. You got Decathlon, you got different outdoor stores. For me, that's where I do some shopping for my clothes and stuff like that. So outdoor stores, you got things like tents. I bought myself a new tent over here, which I will be using when I go to Scandinavia, and I'm going to tell you guys about that in a few moments, exactly what's going on there. So back to Bulgaria. I like it. The good news about it is the food is really affordable, and the youth hostels, if you want to stay there, really affordable. I mean, you could probably find an Airbnb. Now, what's happened this summer is that travel prices have really gone up in Europe. So it's becoming, just like the U.S., just like everywhere, inflation. So that is bad for me and other people like me who want to go somewhere cheap. Now, it's not out of control. Now, what I have noticed is that food prices are very low. Just like, in other places like North Macedonia, you can stop and get a little meal for like $2, something like that, $3, So if you go to the grocery store, I usually go to a store called Billa. There's another called Lidl, but Billa, I can grab a few donuts, pieces of bread, Pepsi, canned sardines and what have you, banana, all that, for like, say, a couple of bucks or like €3 or something like that. So people are pretty cool. And in some way it reminds me of Belgrade. There's like graffiti around, same kind of buildings and stuff like that. Like from former communist times, some of it. Now, if you go south of Sofia, or down in the south part of the city, that's where you have a lot of fancy office buildings. Excuse me. And you got some glitzy malls down there, and the transportation, what's good about Bulgaria is that the transportation is better. You got a tram, you've got many different buses, and a subway. Now, yesterday, I'll tell you guys an interesting thing that I did yesterday. I bought a all-day pass, unlimited pass. I was doing a little bit of minor shopping around town for a few different things, just minor stuff. Went over to Decathlon. But it's €2, and that is unlimited. So I took about 8 or 9 different trips. I was literally going all over the city. And you can go on subway, bus, tram. I took all 3. And, I have all day to do whatever. And so got all that done, only €2, plus the stuff I bought was like €11, But I couldn't find a few items that I was looking for. But, alright, now I'm going to share what my plan is. So tomorrow, I am, as I said, going to be taking a FlexBus from Sofia to Bucharest, 7 hours. And so I'll be in Romania for only a couple of days. And what I was looking at the past week or so, the plan was to go to Scandinavia before it gets too cold. So it's, as you know, it's about October. I mean, it's August 19th, 18th, 17th, actually. So tomorrow's August 18th. So I figured take a few days in Romania to book a flight. Now, up there in Scandinavia, it's a little bit chillier than it is here. It's like 75 degrees, 50 at night or something like that. So it does cool off. And as I said, I've got a tent that I'm going to use for camping up in Scandinavia. So they have this rule where you can go camping on any place you want to, as long as it's not near somebody's house. So that it's not like the U.S. It's called every man's law, right? So that's a pretty cool idea. So I figured I would buy a new tent. I have another tent. I just wanted a different one. So I bought a different, more professional level tent this month. And I'm going to use it up there. And I'll be filming, of course, there once I get to Scandinavia. And we'll be going around. Now, one of the concerns that I have about entering the EU is I want to make sure that I have documentation. Now, what I do have when I go through border control, because what I've heard is that they're kind of clamping down on that. And so, because I have an American passport, that, I might get in without any check or anything like that. But when I passed into Bulgaria a couple of weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, what happened is that the North Macedonians stopped me. And I had to present that. They withheld me for not too long, like maybe 2 minutes, while the bus was going to the next stop. And so I didn't have the full documentation as to where I stayed, right? I don't know why they would demand to have that after you get there, but are on your way out, right? It wasn't the Bulgarian side. So I'm going to try to do the best to have my EU documentation, my passport, because I'm camping. What I do have, I don't have an accommodation. So what I do have is I have a lady who is willing to say that I'm staying there. So she's a Scandinavian. She said I could either camp at her place or I can stay in her cabin, right? So I got that. So, but for my first night, I don't have that because I'm flying into a different part of Scandinavia. So this is in Sweden, but that's not where I'm flying. So what I'm actually going to tell them if they do ask me, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm taking a bus, and here's where I'm going to buy the bus ticket, and I've got that all printed out. And what I would tell them is, yeah, I'm going to camp for one night in another place, and then I'm going to buy a bus ticket to this lady's house and go there and stay with her, right? So I've got her name, her address, and all that, phone number, and where it says, yeah, you can come here. So I do have that. Some countries will ask you for income documentation or money. So I'm going to get that as well. And just have, a printout that I have some type of income, right? So I am a tourist, right? Primarily, I'm not technically employed, but I do have some income there. So for me, it's kind of an iffy thing, if they do ask questions like this. So I'm gonna have that, and I'll videotape. I'm sure it'll probably be fine. Yeah, they might withhold me for a little bit. Once I produce the documentation, I should be good. Or they may just stamp it. When I entered Spain, they just stamped it. So that's kind of my experience here. Stamp it, get out of here, American citizen, Now, if I was from some country like Iraq or something like that, they may not even let me come in, So the same for UK. Now, what happened in UK, if you're looking for, I'd have any issues with that, is that you just go through an automated gate. So they scan your face and match it to your passport. And so if that works, then you just walk out of the gate and that's it. You don't even have to talk to a person there. So if you're looking for someplace, if you're American and you're Australian or you're Canadian, you can just go there for 6 months and that's it. You don't have to tell them anything, So this, I'm in a park called South Park here in Sofia. And as you can see, this place is pretty quiet. Now, if you go north of here, I'm going to walk back north and go, you can hit the main drag in about a mile and a half, something like that. There's another park in between here. And there's some malls around, shopping. They have a nice selection of shopping centers and things like that. Now, as compared to a place like Bangkok, what I saw over there is that they have they probably have 20 different malls and they're all huge, Now, over here, they have some here and there, but they're not like it is in Bangkok, where it's just, you could go go shopping over there for like, say, months, at a time if you wanted to. All right, I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm actually going to head up to the exchange office and cash my leva in for Romanian money and euros. And I'm going to catch you guys next time. All right, bye.